Hey, you clicked on this video because you want to learn how to make a song like this? Now let's record a song. Before creating our remix, we need to find the source material we'll be working with and extract the vocals and instrumental parts separately. For this, you can use the built-in splitter in FL Studio, as well as third-party websites and programs. Personally, I recommend using third-party websites, since FL Studio doesn't separate them with sufficient quality. We also need to find out the BPM of our source material, and if it turns out to be low, we need to multiply it by 2 and set the resulting value. Having done all of the preparatory manipulations, we now need to decide on the track structure. I advise doing this in advance, as it can create problems later. Moving on to vocal processing, I put on Destructor with the lo-fi preset, Valhalla vintage verb for space, and a more pleasant sound. 2 equalizers. On the first, I highlighted the main frequencies of the vocal. On the second, I cut out all unnecessary frequencies, and finally added Endless Smile for future automation on the drop. On the instrumental part, I added almost nothing except Valhalla vintage verb for space and a more pleasant sound, but I recommend adding an equalizer and cutting out frequencies that might conflict later. After processing, you can go straight to the master and put a limiter on it, setting it up roughly as I showed in the video. This will be very helpful later when writing the bass. Now we can move on to the bass. We take a sub-bass, set the root note, and write it in the key of our source material, coming up with some rhythm. I won't dwell on how to write a bass in key. There are many guides on YouTube on how to do this. Just watch them. The only thing you can do is add slide notes at the end. This creates a cool sound in the mix. For bass processing, Fruity Fast Dist, where I added a bit of distortion to the track, Fruity Wave Shaper for saturation, OTT with depth at 33%, and an equalizer where I boosted the sub-frequencies. After processing, we create automation as shown in the video and come up with a faster rhythm. Often, very similar rhythms are used in almost all remixes, so you can use mine as a basis and change it slightly. Thanks to the automation and the limiter, the bass will slam hard into the ears, which is the foundation of this genre. The only thing left is to add either a crash or an open hat to taste and place it according to the rhythm of our automation. For processing, you can use just an equalizer to highlight the high frequencies. Next, we add a clap in its standard rhythm and process it minimally as desired. Moving on to master channel processing. OTT with depth at 24%, and these settings. Effector with the lo-fi preset, fresh air, and ozone imager for more width, which is essential in this genre. Wider to make it even wider. And clip at the very end of the master chain. I'll also show you right away where and which effects I placed. Before I show you the result, please subscribe to my Telegram channel. A lot of useful information and FLP projects will be posted there, and I also have my own TikTok. Soon, I plan to release my music on platforms, but for that, I need your support. Let's move on to the final part.